Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another morning coffee talks. I'm off today. We had another snow day, and so we here chilling. I slept in a little bit just to rest up, but I wanted to knock this video out really quick, and then I'm gonna get ready to head to the gym. Um, the snow seemed like it's starting to melt. I can hear it falling off the roof and stuff like that. But we know in Atlanta, man, we just can't take those chances anymore when it comes to snow and ice. We just don't have the equipment to be able to deal with it in that manner. We have a little bit, like, I think we invested in, since Ice Apocalypse, right, a couple years ago. They've invested in a few machines just to clear the roads, but nothing like seriously crazy. So, but I get it. We don't have it that often, but when we have it, it's bad, man. So we just don't take chances like that down here. But that's just how we do things here. So, but I wanted to talk today about a little bit about regret and how it's really a very expensive emotion, right? And so, one thing that money can't buy, no matter how much you have, is time. It's time. Nobody can buy time. And when it's gone, a lot of time regret often takes its place, right? And that's what I'm learning just more and more through my journey. I would say like regret is definitely an expensive emotion because it basically robs you of your peace, it drains you of your energy, and often it really comes from not taking action when it matters the most. But the good news about it is that you can avoid regret. And this is one thing I've talked about a lot. Just really start to live intentionally and just make decisions now. Don't put things off. That's just something that's I've been really pushing not only to you guys but myself because we only got this one life to live, right? The thing about regret for me that I'm learning is it weighs heavy, man. I just sometimes I know it's not good to live in the past, but sometimes we can't help it. Sometimes things from the past just replay in our mind about, dang, I should have did this way, or man, I should have took that chance earlier. You never know how that could have transpired or like unpacked and unfolded down the line. Because I feel like again everything's connected. So a certain decision early on could have made a better outcome now. But in hindsight, when you're young, you don't really see it that way, right? And a lot of times those type of situations will replay in our mind. But I think at this point now, I'm learning to kind of just get rid of those because I can't do anything about it. It's just a life lesson that man, I'll make a better decision, next time. But and that could even be an example of like telling somebody you really love them. Let me tell y'all something really quick. I got a cousin, but I call him my brother because I grew up with him my whole life, and he passed a couple years ago. And it's so crazy because when he came home, he was on hostel or whatever, and he came home. I'm just so glad I was able to see him before he transitioned or whatever and passed. But I remember it was like I think it was on like a Saturday or Sunday I went to go see him, and I remember before I left, man, I told him I loved him, you know, um, and I had spent some time. It was just great. I'm just glad I had the opportunity. But that was on like a Saturday, Sunday, and then I think it was like either that following Tuesday or Wednesday he passed, right? And I'm just like, man, it was very sad, but I'm just so happy. I was like, I just seen him, I just seen him, man, and I'm so happy I did. I'm so happy I did, and that would have been a regret if I had kept putting it off, putting it off. Now, don't get it twisted. I seen him. We all got lives. We grow. Not I don't even say apart. We all start doing our own things, right? Just as we get older in life, and we still check in and keep up. We hung out. He actually came to my wedding. He was in my group or whatever, for my groomsmen, and that was a great time spent. But again, I grew up with him half my life, so I don't feel like it was a lot of time missed. But that was very that set in my soul the right way that I got a chance to see him, and I just don't regret that situation. I think if I didn't go see him, I would have, man, that would have been a big regret on my plate. It would have definitely weighed heavy on my heart. So I say that to say, those are one of the situations where, man, if you know you got older parents or something like that, don't wait around to see them. Listen, my mother died at a young age, man. I think in her like early 30s, like 31, 32. And some of you guys got older parents, and ask yourself, like, how many times do you really go see them in a year? And I know sometimes they may stay in a different state and stuff like that. But if they're in the same state, man, listen, if I had my mother right now, I would love seeing her. I would at least have to see her a couple times a month. That's just what it is. So anyway, moving on. Regrets. I'm just glad that was a situation that I didn't have a regret from going to see my cousin. But, also outside of like a situation that deep, we're talking about, chasing your dreams and creating opportunities for yourself too. Right? I'm taking a chance now, like starting YouTube. I was messing around with cybersecurity for a while, and I'm like, look, that ain't really where my heart at. I put 6 months into that, going through like a boot camp and, taking tests for certifications and stuff like that, because that's kind of what I thought I needed to do, because I have different goals on how I want to, live my life and work in certain situations. But, whatever it is, man, really make sure that that's what you want to do, and don't let other people's opinion deter you from chasing the dream that you want or chasing the goal that you want, because then you're going to live in regret once you finally realize that you were doing something because somebody else wanted you to do it, not what you want to do. Now, that's not to say that, taking advice from someone don't put you into a good situation initially. That's not to say that, like, if your parents recommend a certain career path or something like that, that can help you at least get your foot in. But don't go through life and never at least take the opportunity that you wanted to take, And I think your future self will thank you down the line. So, but yeah, that's all I want to say on that. Anyway, regret, man. I think the only way to avoid it is to just take ownership of your life now. Right? Again, I just said there's other people's opinion because people want what's safe for you. But at the end of the day, you got to know what's best for you. And I've always lived by this, right? There are people in life who need for people to tell them what to do. And there are other people who knows what's best for them. And if you feel like you know what's best for you as an adult, right? Not as a child, but as an adult, then at some point, you're going to have to take ownership of your life. At some point, you're going to have to take ownership of the goals and how you want to live your life. And guess what? That's one thing you can act on today. You don't have to wait till tomorrow. You can act on that today, because the longer you put it off, the more and more you're going to regret it tomorrow. Right? Say things, man, when it comes to life, just listen, there's a level of professionalism, but say things that you feel like is holding you back, or listen, don't feel like you always have to play cool with people or things like that, or go through life waiting on the perfect moments. Those things don't exist, man. You can't always be 100% ready for every situation in life. That's just not how it works. You have to take ownership now, right? Meaning, like, like I said, kind of speaking up for yourself, taking risks. And then, like I said, I would say one last tip on that is prioritizing your time. Again, I just kind of alluded to it. Spend time with people like your parents, man. Like, don't wait to do things like that, or friends, or go places that, you've been putting off. Right now, I'm planning a vacation. I'm trying to see where I want to go. I've looked at, we looked at like Italy. I was going to do Switzerland this year. I'm going to push it off 2026 just because for me, that's my 40th. But I'm prioritizing the moments and stuff. But still, I'm like, man, I got to go somewhere. I can go to any beach, but I love adventures, right? So I want to see different things, and I want to explore and have different experiences. And I'm not putting that time off. I'm planning it right now. My attempt is to go in March. I'm sure we'll be able to pull something off. So, but with all that being said, man, like, the whole concept of this video is like, just take risks, man. Don't live with regret. Don't live with regret when it comes to speaking up for yourself. Don't live with regrets when it comes to taking chances. And I would say just spending time, man. Just utilizing your time wisely and not allowing that to be a regret. So I would just say, think about that one thing you've been putting off, right? Something that you've been putting off that you will regret not doing in the next 5-10 years, right? What's that one thing that you can do today that you've been putting off? So, and I'll leave you with this. Regret doesn't just cost you your peace of mind, right? It costs you time, energy, and sometimes even your potential. But the truth is, the price of regret is far greater than the price of action. Don't let fear write your story for you, right? At some point, be bold. And again, your future self will thank you not only today, but tomorrow as well. That's how I see it. So anyway, man, drop a comment below. Subscribe to The Husband Code if it's your first time watching. If you've been watching for a while, subscribe. And also, if you got any value from this video, hit the like button. And also hit that notification bell because, again, I'm dropping videos like this every single day. And until next time, I appreciate you guys for checking in. Much love. Until next time, see y'all. You have a great day. Peace.